Double Britical Saiyans is now affiliated with Big Orbit Cards.
So you now can get your sealed products and singles if you click the link in the description box below. So enjoy, guys. Hey everybody, it's Matt from Double Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to show you my Mira deck profile. So the leader, activate main once per turn, choose a card from your life, add to your hand, you mill the top 3 and he gains 5k. So that's it really. And then for the awakening you get 2 energy back. His awakened side, when he attacks he draws a card, so same as every other leader. But then his effect is the reverse, so he puts cards from the 3 cards from the war back into the drop for him to gain 5k, so he can get your cards into drop to do overwhelming more without having to use hand or board or whatever. But he still gains a 5k on either side, which is the good part. And having self-awakening is nice as well. So into the extra cards, there are quite a few. I didn't actually realise there was this many in the deck. To start off with, we've got 2 minus key zone. So it's an activate main. You send 3 cards from your drop to the warp. You draw a card, and your opponent can't use counterplay skills for the duration of the turn. So this is the counterplay part is mainly there in case you're playing against a yellow and they're using like things like Crushable, called Bloodlust, so on and so forth. But against every other matchup, it's just a draw a card. It's also, depending on the matchup, it's easy side deck out. So that's fine. And then for the negates for the deck, I'm using 2 full power energy. So you pay 1 green, and then you negate your attack, and then you get to kill one of your opponent's things if he's got an energy cost of 1 or less. I don't know why it says less, because I don't think there's anything at 0. It might be at some point, which is why they printed it like that, but we'll see. And then we got 3 speedy surprise attack. So it's flat out negates the attack, but then you can discard a card from your hand, and you get to kill one of your opponent's battle cards that's got an energy cost of 3 or less. So you can stop another potential attack. Then we've got 2 create android. So this is an activate main. If your leader card is android, which obviously Mira is, you get to draw 2 cards and then discard a card. So it's just a little bit of draw power for the deck to help you get to the right cards. And then we've got 2 Kamehameha. So this is an activate battle. Your leader card is Mira, which obviously it will be. It gains 15,000 power, and then if you do it during this turn, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards with range cost 4 less and sends it to the warp, so you're removing threats as well. And then we've got 2 dot plot. So activate main, you choose 1 battle card from your warp with an energy cost of 4 or less and play it. If you play the card with overround this way, you get 3 energy back. So it's a nice little card to have in the deck. Don't really see it all that much, but it's fine. If you see it and play it and get the utility, yeah, it's more for that late game type thing if you get to that stage. Okay, onto the battle cards. Okay, we've got 4 Dr. Giro Evil's Inventor. This is because obviously the deck is just Android because of what Mira is. So when you, and obviously you got other green stuff in here, sorry. So when you play this card, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and you add 1 android. So, yeah. And then we've got 4 copies of Tower Space Time Unleashed. So this is your 1 drop to search out Mira or Mass Saiyan. On to the 2s, which there is only 1 2-drop in it there. And that is the super combo. So if you've got 5 cards in the warp, you can activate this at any point. So really easy. And then onto the 3 drops, which is where the majority of the bulk of the deck is, I feel. We've got 2 Time Patrol Trunks. So you play this with Overwhelm, it's Overwhelm 3. When you do, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You can add 1 to your hand and then put the other one on top or bottom. So it's just help there to fin for certain cards. And then obviously help set yourself up. And obviously if you're trying to mill, then you can have a look at what your what you want to mill first. So I say, okay, so I know I'm going to end up milling this card. Okay, that's fine. And then we got the 4 Dark Absorption Mirror. If you're doing it like this, you have to have 4 this guy because it's just so good for the deck. There's overround 3. Union Absorb for 4. You place 1 Toa from your warp area under this card. It has to be from the warp. If your leader card is Mira, no it's not, your leader card is Android, sorry, or Toa, choose 1 Mira of energy cost it's 7 from your hand or warp and play it on top of this card in active mode. So you can swing with this and then go, okay, well I paid 4, get Toa, put her underneath and then get the 7 drop Mira. And just to help a little bit of self-awakening, if your opponent's really stalling you out, there's only 1 of these. It might come out now because they're doing different options, but we'll see what I change in the future. But for now, it's just have this. It's hard free your play out for because it has no overall, but you can choose up to 2 life, add them to your hand, and then you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards at energy cost of 5 or less and send it to their war. So you're eliminating your opponent's board. And self-awakening. So you can self-awaken a little bit quicker if you feel like it's going to help. And we got 3 copies of Android 15 just saying hi. So when you play this card, you choose 1. No, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand and places it in a drop area. So hand disruption. We got 2 Energy Guard 17. It's just a blocker that can attack and switch back to active at the end of turn because this deck has no blockers. And then we got 1 copy of each of the Dreadful Duo, Android 17 and 18. This is just for crits, basically. And if you see it, you see it. You don't, you don't. Doesn't really matter. Could probably swap them both out to put 2 more of these in, or put make it a 4. Well, do 4 of the Android 15 and 3 of that. But I don't know. I like a bit of a crit, but I want a blocker in here, so that's why I went with that. Okay, on to the 4 drops. We've got 1 copy of Increasing Evil Marseille. So it's overall pay 1. When you play it using overall, you take a life and choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards. Advantage costs 5 or less, centered war. So a little bit more self-awakening and eliminating your opponent's stuff. We got 1 copy of Toa Reprogrammed Menace. So it's an overall, no it's not overall, sorry, it's Xeno Evolve for 4 onto a Toa. So you got your 4 Toa. And when you evolve into this card, you get to choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 6 or less and take control of it. So, yeah, stealing your opponent's stuff again. Or just removing. And then we got 3 copies of Umbral Invitation Toa. So this Dark Overrun for 4, you pay 1, and when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less and gain control of it. These are literally in here for the simple fact that you need Toas to do the Union Absorb, and this one, yeah, run 3 of it and 1 of these. Just if you see them, you see them. If you don't, you don't. Doesn't really matter. And there's no other Toas to run, so can't really rely on just having 4 Toas. And then for the last of the 4 drops, we got Unfeeling Destroyer, Android 15. So, if I just, am I in, I don't know if I'm coming, there we go. When you play this card, your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand and places it in the drop area. If that card was a battle card with energy cost 4 or more, you get to draw a card. So, either way, you're taking a card out of your opponent's hand. And then for the 5 drops, we've got 1 copy of Marseille Mysterious Warrior. So you've got Overrealm 5, pay 1. He has double strike. When he comes out of Overrealm, you get to remove cards from your opponent's board equal to your energy cost of 5 or less, but you can't choose blockers. It's just there for ball removal, and if it needs to be played, it needs to be played. And then for the last card of the deck, we have the boss of the deck. This is a guy you really want to be going for. There's only 3 because of how easy it is to go into him. But I'll go over that in a second, but obviously you saw it in the game anyway. If you watch the game, And so he's overwhelmed for 4, pay 1. And then he has deflect. And auto, when you're playing under Union, your opponent chooses 3 cost on hand, stands into the warp, and then he has double strike. His other auto is when he attacks, he gains 5k for each card in the warp. He's a proper powerhouse. But you like to think with this, because obviously I know everybody's just using Mira and Dex just because he can hit hard. But in this, it's just swing with this and then go into this guy. You've put a lot more pressure on your opponent, you've done some more attacks. And taking 3 cards out of your opponent's hand and sending them to the warp is going to hurt instead of sending them to the drop. Because if they use Overwhelm themselves, it's just going to minus them. But obviously if they're using Mira themselves, it's like, well thanks, you just put cards in my warp for me. And that's it then guys. So that is my version of Mira. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.